Welcome to Stupid for Dexter.
Woo!
Yes. Episode 8.
That's right.
But first, I'm your host, Mandy Schneider.
And I'm Kat Steele.
And over there we have producer Mike.
That's
Hi.
And Elaine.
And Elaine running the TriCaster.
That's right.
Running the TriCaster. There we go. And we have a couple guests on the table, actually.
We do.
We have Dexter Morgan.
We have Angel Batista over here. And,
St. Bridget, kind of. Not really, but kind of St. Bridget.
She's looking over us.
And I think someone else is joining us tonight, right, producer?
Well, now I lost it. I had these little twigs for Deb, but now all I got is this little screwdriver.
That
She's
works.
like that part of it.
Let's see your screwdriver. I don't...
And Quinn and...
Are we showing it?
Nope.
Mike's camera.
Wait, hold on. Uh-oh, hey, there we go.
It's Deb Morgan, because she's so skinny.
See, because it was a twig, and now I can't find what to do with the twig. That's going to hurt somebody. Okay, let's do the show.
Anywho.
Oh, there's the twig.
There! Oh!
Oh, wait, go back.
Very
go back.
nice.
Yeah. And then
Very
then
nice.
Quinn, and then, oh, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, episode 8. Take it.
Take it! Take it now!
What'd you think?
I loved it. I feel like a lot happened in this episode. I feel like we've been gaining some momentum and some shit finally went down, as they say. I loved it. The theme of this episode was the primal self. Jordan Chase talks about it. I think that Lumen, Deb, Dexter, all the main characters really dealt with the primal self in this episode, and I really, really enjoyed that. So, what did you think?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I loved the going back and forth to all the different stories that were happening. Of course, we have the main story. Dexter watches Jordan Chase in preparation for killing Cole with Lumen, which is huge.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to that, too. And then, of course, they kill Cole in the end. Now there's a flub, but then they finally kill him in the end, which was nice to see. It wasn't the same old kill room, but the kill room was prepped, and it was in the hotel room, and that's fine by me. I wanted to see someone die, and I got it.
Exactly. Oh, and it was so nice. It was, and you know, it was the first kill of the season in the intended kill room, even though it wasn't, you know, the usual. I mean, that kill room was for Cole. And that was where he was executed.
That's true.
It was done. So.
And then, of course, we have the side plots. We have Lumen meeting with her ex-fiancé, Owen.
Right. Owen.
And not going with him, deciding that that's not right for her. And then we have LaGuardia and police officer Manson completely screwing Deb over.
I know, but this is just, ooh, this is just fuel for Deb. I see Deb really starting to take control of herself. I mean, she fought back. She's always been feisty, but she was right on the ball. And, I mean, Maria, as Deb said, jumped in the bus and backed over her a few times.
Yeah.
And it was pretty blatant. I don't know what's going on with Maria in this season. She doesn't seem as cautious or as concerned about her reputation because, I mean, she is losing the respect of the people behind her.
She seems completely confused.
Yes.
She does.
Yes.
And thank goodness Batista's backing Deb.
Oh, I know.
You could always count on good old Batista.
No, he's wonderful. He's got a good moral compass, and I just don't see this relationship lasting.
Yeah, no, me either. Me either. And then, of course, we have Liddy, Stan Liddy, who's watching over RoboCop, who's watching over Dexter and Lumen the whole time.
Breaking coffee mugs.
Yeah.
You know,
how about, well, I'm going to do this. See? And the glass is going to break. See?
I'm going to do this to your broad. See?
Yeah. I'm going to tell the skinny broad about you. I kind of like her.
I love how he bitches about having to get his car rammed and how horrible it is and how he needs all this money. And then he's got this camera that must be like $11 billion.
Well, we'll get into that. Let's start from the top. I mean, so the whole thematic of the show, right, is take it, and you start off with showing the primal animals killing the other animals.
That's right.
Talked about the
total Nat Geo style.
And everybody, I think every single person in the episode had a take it moment, right? From
about that.
So
you could go down the list. I mean, Lumen, she has a decision between Owen, her past, and going on this whirlwind adventure, or staying with Dexter, kind of unsure of her future, and she makes a bold choice. Dexter had to make a choice too. I mean, to have Lumen in the room and really reveal himself, that's a huge gamble, and that's take it. Debra, she took it. She went in there and she told Maria what was up. And Angel is taking a stand too. I think that was something that I overlooked. I just thought about that. I mean, he's going up against his own wife.
Yeah.
I think you could look at every single character, even like our villains. Like Jordan Chase was like, I'm gonna mess with Dexter.
Oh yeah. That's in. I had that as one of my. I'm not gonna name it just yet because it's our next segment.
Killer moments. Ooh, fabulous.
You brought it up, so right away.
Jump into it, Miss Mandy.
I loved that scene. It's more than a moment for me, I guess. It's definitely a scene where Jordan Chase brings in Dexter into the room with Cole, and they're all looking at each other because they know what's up. Jordan Chase brought him in to threaten him.
Oh,
listen,
totally.
I know what you're dealing with, the death of your wife. He brings up Harrison's name. I mean, he knows, he has done his homework. This guy is good.
He is so good, but Dexter is better. And it's so funny because I think that a less substantial opponent than Dexter would have been thrown off by this. But I think Dexter, he caught exactly what was going on and was like, okay, I see what you're doing. But I mean, there was no other point to that than letting Dexter know that they are going to mess with him. I love that scene too. It was so good.
Just curious, do you think that Dexter handled it well when he got on stage with Jordan Chase?
I did. I think he played along really well. If he was faking emotion, which I'm going to guess he was, I think he played the very quietly grieving husband very well, very convincingly, his hesitation and everything. We knew why he was really hesitating. He really wanted to get off stage and go kill Cole. But I think it came across as very convincing. I don't know. What did you think?
No, I do too. And, it made me, not that I want to dive into all this analyzing, I kind of want to wait for Randy for this, but it kind of made me think, he has Harry set in him now. He doesn't need to hear that actual Harry talking anymore, which makes me nervous because I like Harry, but at the same time, this episode has shown that Dexter has moved on. He is different now, and I think when he went into that room, I agree. I think he handled it well, but the reason why I thought it was such a killer moment is because now we know what we're dealing with. This Jordan Chase is awesome, and he is ruthless. He's smart. He's conniving. He's done his homework, and I think he's someone to be reckoned with. And I'm really excited about that.
He has incredibly high charisma. Plus, he has a team behind him. I mean, that is so threatening. That is unlike any other villain because, we had Trinity who was completely threatening and dangerous, but the charisma wasn't as high. The villainy didn't have this team of professionals working behind him. I mean, Jordan has a security team at all times. Yeah, he has minions. He has henchmen. I mean, and he can get information on anybody who he wants. I'm guessing that his influence goes pretty deep. I mean, it's going to be interesting. And Dexter said, yeah, we're going to bring him down.
Okay.
All right. Tick, 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 tick. That's right.
So what's another moment that you had?
Oh my goodness, that I love that episode too. Another one that struck me, Deb discussed with two people in this episode her lack of remorse for killing Carlos Fuente. And the one that really hit me was when she was discussing it with Dexter. She said, you know, I have to talk to the shrink at work because, you know, I just didn't feel any remorse, and I would do it again, and I don't care. And she's like, whoa, well, maybe something is wrong with me. And
well, I think they're making her talk to a shrink because she killed someone.
Right.
But I absolutely agree. Maybe she'll play the card like Dexter of feeling bad and dealing with it. But she wants the bad guys dead. And I think that was a super important moment because I think it showed that in the end, no matter what happens, Deb is going to be on Dexter's side. If she finds the photographs, she's going to be on the side. If she finds out he's a killer, I just think she's got his back. I think they're super close. It's odd that Dexter's been doing this for so long and cuts up the body parts and throws them in the water. That's a little far. But I think the core of it, Deb gets. Like we all get. We all like Dexter. I mean, that says something.
Exactly. And I could kind of see Dexter relax a little bit after she almost had this this uncomfortable confession about the way she really feels. And Dexter kind of saying, well, you know, this is what Dad said. I thought that was a moment that cemented some parts of their relationship, like you said.
Definitely, definitely. I thought another killer moment was when Dexter arranges the hotel room and makes it into a kill room with Lumen.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a golden RSVP, you know, invitation. Please come with me and join me in the killing of Cold, you know.
See all the details I put into my kills. Not that he admits right then and there that he has so many kills and that Boyd wasn't his first. I mean, he eventually does that. But it's showing that the guy is a control freak and something's up with him, you know?
Oh, yeah. He knows what he's doing. He knew exactly. Oh, those garbage bags need to be, you know, black 3 mil. Like, the look on Lumen's face, like, so this is normal. Okay, crazy pants. She's a fine one to talk. But yeah, you know, there were so many little moments like that completely changed and are going to be so telling for the future of their relationship. I'm concerned because in that moment, Dexter has a history of everyone who has been revealed that side of him. That's pretty much a death wish for that person. I mean, they don't know it, but they end up dead. I mean, Dokes, Jimmy Smith's character, Lila, I mean, there's a laundry list of people. And I'm really worried about Lumen now because she's in that world and, you know, tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, well, I have to say that the major difference is, and this is even said in this episode, this actual episode in Take It, I want to say the quote exactly.
Yeah.
There is a quote that Dexter makes that, poop. I can't find it. But anyway, he names Jimmy Smith's character, and then he says,
he's saying that is...
This is going to bother me, so I want to find it.
It was the Jimmy Smith's character and his dad, and he was saying that they couldn't understand him.
Yeah, Miguel, father, they couldn't live with the truth. Can Lumen make me whole? It's that whole thing of the primal thing and becoming shattered and becoming whole again. I think Lumen is different than all those people in the past because not only does she understand it, but she wants to be a partner, you know?
Exactly.
Whereas obviously Dokes is obvious. You know, Dokes wants to
Oh, yeah, Dokes.
Yeah, but even Harry doesn't quite understand to a T, and Miguel tried, but then failed.
And Harry's the one who created him, so it's. I have high hopes for Lumen. I just know that is a huge, you know.
It is. You're right.
Black rain cloud over her now, and it's like, okay, I hope this is different. I really do because I have grown to really adore this character as crazy.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that, everybody?
I mean it.
What?
Cat likes Lumen.
I do. I think she's adorable.
Hooray. I knew you'd come.
Only because finally Dexter killed somebody in the kill room. If he didn't, you'd still be bitching that it was Lumen's fault.
Well. Cole's dead. Yay! Oh, well.
That goes on to another killer moment that Lumen finds out about Dexter's dark passenger.
That's right.
Now,
revelation.
Oh, okay. I guess does that relate to? Is this another? I don't know what the killer moments are. We didn't go over them. I guess is that relating then to when he gives her the slide, or is that a separate killer moment?
We thought that was a separate one, but it is related. I mean, that's the thing about this episode. There was so many.
Everything's intertwined into this building relationship.
Exactly. This I felt like this episode had a lot of momentum, and so many important moments that it was hard to choose. Just moments for me. I was finding
those three are
going on that. I guess that to me is a big moment. I guess that literally organically goes into the blood slide now. So Dexter has to have those blood slides for his collection.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that now? So his process is completely changed now. He didn't take it for himself. What does that mean?
I saw it as a gift. I saw it as a bonding moment. There's something in.
But doesn't he need that to suppress his dark passenger, to appease his dark passenger?
I think that moment where he says, I've been shattered. He uses Jordan Chase's words, which was so creepy. But he says, I've been shattered until now, talking to Lumen, and I haven't been whole again. Rita got killed, and I killed Boyd. I still wasn't whole again until now. So I think this is part of the new step in his life. I think he's changing. I think he won't need Harry very much. I think he won't need those slides so much for himself. I think he's reaching out and trying to help
But Harry needed to be there for him at that moment going, hey, idiot, that's evidence.
I know.
That slide is evidence. What are you doing?
I don't know if you noticed, but there was no Harry. There was no nanny. And they even had a close-up really quickly over Harrison's crib in Deb's apartment, well, Dexter Deb's apartment. It was not the statue of St. Bridget. It was some random toy.
But she brings that when she babysits, although that is a very good thing you notice. They do it on purpose. Yeah, they do it. It was a close-up shot of it to show what? I don't know, to foreshadow something, because it doesn't make sense, because it would have made more sense if it was there, because then he's taking it, which is the opposite. Everybody else takes it. He's actually giving it up, because he always took it. So Dexter's sort of the opposite, and it didn't show that. So that was a weird shot. And obviously they do shots. Nothing's an accident in TV. Everything's on purpose. There's a reason for that shot. I'm not sure why.
I saw it as because there was a change in the ritual. I later thought about it. Maybe it's the breaking the circle. Maybe it's it
also
could
she
mean
wasn't
so
there.
Much. And she wasn't there, and that could mean a lot
but
too.
Going back to that real quick, just I just want to hit on some people in the chat room. Mintberry Crunch says the blood slide was like an engagement ring.
I like
That's good. I like that.
I still don't know if I find a lot of romance between them, but there's definitely a marriage there.
And then
there's definitely a marriage.
Dreamer29, the kill was more for Lumen, not for him, so the slide was hers.
Exactly.
That's what I felt.
But it was still.
That's why I'm saying things have changed.
Yeah,
He's
I guess
doing this for other people.
Right.
Now.
I guess it was to show that, because otherwise we'd all be going, oh, it's just for him.
Right.
But that I guess was to tip it, but it still was a huge mistake. It's still evidence. I don't get that.
Yeah, because
I agree. It was done out of emotion. It was not done out of logic, because had he thought about it, horrible idea. Don't give the crazy girl a blood slide of a murdered guy.
Would you want the blood slide?
I would take good care of it. I'm just saying.
I would. If these dudes, attacked me and raped me and all this crap, yeah, I would want, like, hey, here's my little trophy, Yeah. Screw them. Huh. I almost said the F word, but I didn't.
Oh, my goodness.
Anywho, so that's basically the killer moments. Like you said, Mike, those three are pretty much kind of together. Or the making up the room together.
Exactly.
Giving the slide, and Dexter spilling his guts about how this is what he is.
It all fit together.
What's the wrap up of the moments?
Well, those are three, but we also had the whole Jordan speaking to Dexter.
Right.
We really liked that one.
The hotel room interaction, the we're watching you.
Yep. And what about the Batista moment? Does that count as anything? Or is that just more of the take it stuff of that the whole integration with the I'm going to blame the other girl, then I'm going to blame Deb.
Yeah.
Is that a moment? It seems like it's a moment in this B plot that's continuing that we don't know where it's going.
That's the thing. It is a B plot, and
it is. I see it as being more important later down the road. Yes, it's important now, but I saw it being more part of the theme of the episode.
It's important in the demise of the relationship between Batista and LaGuerta, that's for sure.
And then the other huge moment, obviously, is...
Stan Liddy taking the pictures.
Yes.
That was one of yours.
Oh, that camera.
Spill it.
Huge moment.
You wrote me that earlier. Spill it.
So...
Well, first, before you go into the rant about the camera, what's the moment?
The moment.
I will talk about the moment. Okay, so... Lumen and Dexter are on the slice of life, having a little moment, throwing body parts overboard.
That's a romantic date for Kat.
And you feel like everything's kind of, and Lumen has this moment of letting go, and it's kind of sweet. And then you realize RoboCop is taking pictures, and he's got this big crazy camera, and he has photo evidence of the two of them throwing very suspicious-looking black plastic bags overboard
this is huge,
at 3
I think he says
in the morning.
Yeah,
this is huge. I can't even.
Huge.
Oh, he's so ridiculous.
Go ahead.
Huge moment. I mean, 3 a.m., Dexter and Lumen throwing suspicious bags off of a boat.
We've seen this before, though.
But it's a huge moment because now you know he has to die.
Yeah.
We all know now he's dead. Everybody who's watched any seasons knows, okay, this guy's now dead. How are they going to get? Now it becomes, how are they going to get rid of him?
I give him one more episode. I do.
Well, but Dexter hasn't met him yet, so that's got to be the final finale.
Yeah, because there are this is 8 and there's 12 altogether. 12 episodes.
I feel like Jordan Chase is going to be the big dog, though. I feel like Jordan Chase is like the final boss, and RoboCop is kind of like the one right before him in the 7th dungeon, and then Jordan Chase is like the 8th dungeon. Yeah.
I'm going to save this BGC 737. I'm going to save your question for when Randy comes. It's more of a social worker type question. So I got a good question from him. Remind me of that.
Okay. Well, I like that segue into our next segment. Driving the Dark Passenger.
Those are all graphics from Corey, who's in the chat room today. Who's here live in the show.
Thank you, Corey.
So if you're talking to Corey in the chat room,
lovely graphics.
He's helping with everything.
Well done.
Yeah, there's a lot of analyzing in this episode, I think.
Yeah,
between Dexter and Lumen and Take It and the large guy having the hot pregnant wife. Let's not forget about him.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
He sure took it.
That was silly. That was silly and planned. Good job, Jordan Chase. Anywho, so yeah, we're going to bring back Randy Giorfi in just a few moments, and of course he is our weekly sociology expert, and he always has awesome info for us.
He does. He is our Dexpert.
That's right, our Dexpert. I forget about that.
Indeed.
So, tell us what you thought about the episode.
Yes.
Another awesome one. Mandy, I can't look at my notes tonight. You've covered every single note that I've taken.
Oh, shit, really?
This is why we need the pre-show meetings. If only we had budget to do those kind of things.
Oh, no.
Wait, what'd you say, Randy?
I'm just going to fly with it. You did cover every note, so that was pretty cool.
Oh.
How about, I'll start off with a question from the chat room for you. How about that?
Okay, I'm ready.
BGC737 says, he can't be helping Lumen out of empathy or any other emotion. He has none. He isn't out of obligation. He owes her nothing. Where the hell is this motivation coming from? What is this maternal need?
Okay, the motivation's coming from the writer this year. We kind of covered that. With Harry being gone, he's the one that told him that you're not responsible for her. We've been covering that for a couple of weeks. There's something going on with Dexter where we've joked about Dexter's kind of taking her on as apprentice. There's more than that to it. It's like a mini-me thing. I think we talked about that as well. This is not normal sociopath behavior. It's just so not. He wouldn't want a partner. You know, the whole thing you talked about, the blood slide, it's like, wow, that's his closure on each kill. He said something about, too bad he can't kill them more than once, but then he hands it to her. There's more of a relationship here that would be normal for any serial killer.
Yeah. That's why it's so. It's riveting. It's like, this is so out of character for how detached and void he usually is, to be like, oh, here's the last most important part of my ritual. There you go.
But when you think about it, you know, we've been wondering each week, where's Harry? Where's Harry? Obviously things are changing.
They really are.
You know, but one thing we didn't really talk about, we mentioned it in the wrap-up of this episode. Dexter is very affected by this Owen thing. When Lumen meets with her ex-fiance, you know, Owen, she mentions it to Dexter. What's with that reaction?
He looked like he was gonna cry.
Yeah.
Earlier in the season with her, he was doing everything he could get her to get on the plane. He wanted her out. I think his exact words when she mentioned Owen was, well, you could go with him. He was very taken aback. It was almost like, at least the assumption I have is that he didn't want her to leave.
Yeah.
Which goes against what you've been saying. It's not the usual sociopathic type of deal, right? I mean,
it's some sort of attachment.
You have to go. It's a given. He is not following the usual traits of a serial killer, sociopath. He's got too much. The person that Skyped in the right. He has too much compassion. He's really taking her under his wing. Even before he finally killed, was it Chase on the Table? Is that the guy's name? He even looked at her for permission. He held the knife up in the air, hesitates, looks for her for permission, and then he does it. That was just so different.
That's true. Yeah. That's right. Cole was on the table and he's about to do it, and she basically gives him the nod. Yeah.
And it didn't belong to him. I know that Lumen says at one point, well, this wasn't about me, or, you know, this is about you. I'm going to argue that. It was not about him. This was not his ritual.
Well, what do you think, Randy? Do you think this kill of Cole was about Lumen or Dexter?
Yes, both. He set it up for her. What's in it for him is she's like him. She wants to kill bad people. I mean, I heard you talking earlier in the show that you think she might be doomed, she might not be doomed. The one thing that's not like Dokes or Jimmy Smits is she's not innately a bad person that we know of so far. She's been abused by these people. They tortured her. So now she's the kindred spirit. She's so much like him. He's protecting her and sort of meeting his code. Plus, his code right now is all him since Harry's not over his shoulder anymore.
Yeah,
the relationship's really developing. I know, Kat, you don't think you want it to be romantic, but I don't see how it can't become romantic.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think that in a weird way, what happened in the episode was very romantic in Dexter's
You
universe.
laughed about the engagement ring. One of the people in the chat room said it was like an engagement ring. That's dead on. Those things are, his most prized possessions are those blood samples. And he turned one over to her. You know, forget about Harry saying, oh my God, that's evidence. You laughed about it, but that guy, whoever wrote that in, they're right on. That was so much like an engagement ring. That is one huge important piece to his life.
Yeah. So she may live. We shall see. I mean.
Now, speaking of Lumen, I know we're analyzing Dexter, but Lumen, she breaks down when she hears the Cole having sex with that screaming woman.
Yes.
She hears the screaming, she reacts, has an amazing reaction, balled over, crying, holding her face. I can't, I'm having trouble imagining that simply observing these kills is going to cure her. I mean, what do you think, Randy?
I agree. I mean, you know, unfortunately in real life in counseling, I've seen that fetal position, the rocking. I've actually seen that in action.
Oh my God.
One of the things I found astounding about it too is when someone's regressed that much and they're in the rocking fetal position, the last thing they want to be is touched, especially her. Even when Owen came and touched her, she backed off and said, it's me, it's me. When Dexter touched her, she could have completely freaked out. He was being sympathetic. He was helping blocking out the noise. And if you recall with her too, up until that point, she said she slept from like 1 a.m. to 1:15.
Yeah.
And you notice she slept through the entire night because she felt so safe with Dexter.
That's right.
So, you know, one kill even Dexter knows that he wishes that one kill would be enough for her. But we kind of know. I mean, I don't know how long she'll be on the show, but no, one kill is not going to be cathartic for her where she's just going to go, she was abused too much, and she's not repulsed by now knowing what Dexter does for a living since he was a kid. He broke down and told her the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you, man. One kill's not going to do it for her.
Who said, was it Mandy? Somebody in one of the forums said, did she sleep well because Dexter was there for her, or did she sleep well because Dexter shot her up?
That was Elaine.
Was that Elaine? Elaine said that.
Yeah, that was Elaine.
99 use on her because Dexter did have it in his hands, and then he saw they were having sex, then he walked away. Was he doing her a favor and just like, you need some sleep?
Wouldn't we have seen him shoot her up, though?
Wouldn't that be important for us
to see? I think so. I think so. I think he had one M99, and it was used on Cole eventually.
Well, later on. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All right.
Next day.
I get Elaine's point, but I just don't see. I think they would have wanted us to see him actually do it to her if he was going to do that.
Unless it comes back later, but who knows.
In the next episode, she has like a little hole on her neck.
But that is the interesting. A little hole in the neck. That is the interesting thing, though. You know, you've seen Lumen freak out when men touch her, but she didn't. You're right. She didn't freak out when Dexter put his hands on her face like that and ears. She did not move.
And then she fell asleep.
The normal response, because her eyes were closed, she would have either struck out or immediately backed off. One of those two reactions would have been the normal reaction.
Wow.
That's amazing. I'm wondering if. I wonder if Lumen is gonna. This is leading to predictions, but I wonder if she's going to stay on for the next season, if there is a next season. You know, I wonder.
It's interesting. They're going so all over the board with reactions, and I mean, not that Lumen has been around long enough to say, oh, that sure is different from this. But I mean, Dexter, I mean, like Randy pointed out, I mean, drastically different from what a true sociopath would do. I mean, it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see what happens, especially with the relationship.
For me, it's extra fun because I love watching the show because I like to predict. Because his behavior is so different, he's really unpredictable.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? As somebody who studies this and knows how a sociopath is actually supposed to act, do you find this great that you got to predict, or do you find this ridiculous because the writer's not really paying attention to what should be going on?
Mike, in the beginning, I had some problems with the first part of the season. I was like, I don't even know how much more I wanted to watch. But okay, I'm now settled with this isn't like the previous writers. I'm letting that go. I'm just going with what we're getting presented. And yeah, there's a lot of things that a true sociopath would not do, but I'm now to the point where I don't care because it's more fun. I can't predict this guy so well. It's more fun for me.
Right.
Good. I agree. I have learned to be very forgiving with these episodes too, and I think, there was a slow start. I think it's getting so good. This last episode, Take It, was awesome, and the whole Lumen Dexter thing. There's a point in this episode where Dexter is brought up on stage. But he, too, hasn't completely dealt with the death of Rita. He hasn't dealt with that. Now, he faked it up on stage, and he acted pretty calm. But, yeah, he cried out when he killed the hillbilly.
That's right.
But, he calls himself Shattered. Jordan Chase calls him Shattered. And then as the episode is rolling, it says, when the primal self is shattered, it reaches out for what will make it whole again. And they cut to Lumen. Mm-hmm. Will she make me whole again? I mean, what do you think about that?
That was his theme. He's broken, he's shattered, he wants to be whole. He asks, will Lumen make me whole? He compares to Rita, so there's some transference going on there. All the things that were good about Rita, he's now transferring on to Lumen. Will she make him whole? Well, you know what? Will anybody make Dexter whole? No. For the sake of the series, he's not going to suddenly be cured and stop killing people unless they just want to end the season and end the series and it'll be done. So no, there's nothing that's going to make him whole because since he was a child, this has been his pattern. He's telling Lumen that. So she won't make him whole. She might get him a little more grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions?
Yes.
About the season?
Well,
any new predictions?
Want to have fun with goes with the preview for next week. Are we cool with preview?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We are good. And to reiterate, because the room is talking about different things, and I'll just we talk about previews, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, if people go on IMDb or whatever and find out how long somebody's going to be on the show, we don't care. We don't want to talk about that in the chat room. So previews are okay, and what happened in the previous episodes in this episode, but nothing else.
Okay. The one thing I found, and we talked about it, I think it was last week or the week before, is someone's going to come in the house when Lumen's there, and we see that, right? Someone's in the house. So I'm like, okay, who is it? I think we're led to believe it's going to be RoboCop, or maybe it's going to be Chase. It could be either one of them, but I'm going to say it's going to be that creepy neighbor that liked Rita next door, just noticing the light was on, wanted to come check things out, and it might be Lumen's first kill.
Ooh,
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
someone
I
on
like
the
it.
Showtime Wiki mentioned the neighbor. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I kept thinking that at some point the neighbor's got to go, hey, why is there somebody in the house that you guys are supposedly going to sell?
Yeah.
So at some point that's got to happen. So very good. I like that.
Oh, I love it. I had really wanted creepy neighbor Elliot to be brought back into the game by being one of the group of rape or killer dudes, and he wasn't. And so I keep being like, oh, bring him into something. So, I love it, Randy.
There we go. He's the guy that's checking out the house.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But,
Possible.
they want you to believe it's the Jordan Chase guy. And again, how much you want to go into why does he know so much about Dexter, right? I mean, did we get into that too much? The room's still asking about that, how creepy that was.
I'm just guessing he probably has, access to information.
And a lot of it was in the
research.
news. A lot of it was in the news.
Well, yeah, even you wouldn't know all this. You wouldn't research it. Now, was there a suspicion about Dexter anyway once the other guy disappeared? For all we know, were there cameras in Boyd's house when Dexter went back into Boyd's house?
Could be.
Because they also bought up Boyd when they first saw Dexter. Any more information about that?
Well, I think that Jordan Chase definitely knows that Dexter planted the wallet
Right, in the
his
car.
truck.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think he's thinking, okay, why is this Dexter guy screwing with me? I'm going to look into his past. I'm going to see where he's been. I'm going to spy on him. And
I'm sure going to exploit him by talking about his dead wife. Oh, wait, he's a sociopath. Just kidding.
well, I think Jordan Chase knows that something's up with him.
Oh,
He seems very smart.
I think darkness can usually identify darkness. Yeah. And as Dexter said about Jordan Chase, my primal instinct was right. He is one of them. He's the watch guy. And I think it was vice versa.
Kind of, Randy, on this Jordan Chase guy, what kind of guy can do this job of preaching to the crowds, trying to help, and then kill at the same time? Is that just another sociopath, or is there something special about
him? Some kind. Like Dexter, he's a hunter. He has all the facts. He does just what Dexter would do, like in the previous seasons. He's researched down to knowing what Dexter's son's name is. He knows all the little nuances. Kat, in the beginning of the show, you were talking about it. He knows all about Rita, all these things that he knows about. He hunted it down. Whether he knows about the wallet being placed, I don't know, but he's a hunter, just like Dexter. He's in many ways sick, just like Dexter. But we want to find out about this group. It's like a whole group of sociopaths, made a business out of, he is a motivational speaker. Anybody can do that. That's not necessarily his true personality. He's a motivational speaker. Just say a bunch of things and people get hyped up on it, and he's got him going. But we know his true side is really messed up.
I keep wanting to do that. I think I want to do a live motivational speaker thing from in here.
Oh, Producer Mike, you'd be wonderful.
We could all make money. Take it.
That's already done.
I'll take it. Well, thank you so much, Randy.
Go ahead. Dude, just take it. It doesn't matter. Just take it. You want it, take it.
Yeah.
The whole presentation.
Definitely.
Sociopath's motto.
Well, thank you so much, Randy, once again for joining us. As always, you're awesome. We appreciate your insight, and we'll hopefully see you next week.
For sure. Thank you so much, Randy.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot going on in the last few episodes, I believe, but this episode in particular, I'm I have some predictions, and I've been reading the Showtime wiki, and they have some predictions as well, of course. I hope they're in the chat room.
That would be fun.
That would be awesome.
What's up?
I hope some of the wiki people from Showtime.
Are there any wiki people in the chat room?
Yeah,
from the Showtime forums that they kick cat out of?
That was another one.
Oh, okay. Sean Things wants to host Stupid for Dexter, so he's going to take it.
You do that. You take it.
Are you going to put up with that, Kat?
No, because I'm going to take it back. Wait, I was here first. I already took it.
It's already been taken.
That's right.
Let's get to predictions. We got some predictions already starting in the chat room. Let's hear from you guys first, and let's hit the chat room for predictions. Is that where you guys are at?
Sure, I'd love that. I think. Okay. First of all, do you have any? I feel like I've been chatting a lot.
You've been
good. Go, Sam.
Okay.
What's your prediction?
So, I feel like RoboCop might meet his demise sooner than Jordan Chase. I feel like Jordan Chase is a true rival to Dexter. He is exhibiting a lot of darkness, a lot of sneakiness. He's got a lot of resources. I feel like he really might be on a similar level as Dexter. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
I think the opposite. I think Jordan Chase is next. Dexter's got him on the list. He heard him say the quote about the watch. He'll be in the kill room in 1 or 2 episodes. I think because Dexter doesn't even know about Liddy, he's going to be towards the end. I really do. Maybe and Andy has those pictures. I mean, all kinds of crap can go down with those pictures. Deb can find him. Quinn might not want Deb to find him, so Quinn might kill Liddy. Deb might kill Liddy. Dexter might kill Liddy. Lumen might kill Liddy. Liddy might kill Lumen. You know?
Indeed. Well, my concern is that even with RoboCop dead, the pictures will live on. That's going to be a huge problem. I am concerned that Deb is going to come across them, and that might be series finale. That's a prediction. I think now I have more of a concrete reason to feel that, but the whole Deb kind of questioning Dexter ever since season 4 has always, I feel like that would be the end of a series of the show itself or the main series finale. So I am very concerned about Deb coming to that crossroads. So that's another big prediction for me, is that that's going to be it, and then she'll have to deal with that.
Because even though she did agree that she wanted evildoers dead, I don't think she means cut them up into little pieces and throw them off your boat.
No. Definitely not. Definitely not.
What about in the chat room? What are some predictions in the chat room? I have many more.
I was going to say my prediction is going to be anybody who knows that Dexter is who he is will die.
Okay.
So Lumen's gone.
General pattern.
The RoboCop's gone. That's my take. That's all I know about it.
Who do you think would kill Lumen?
Oh, Dexter's going to kill Lumen.
Okay.
But probably not. I mean, now, yes.
A lot of people think that.
Normally, Dexter would kill Lumen. The way this season is oddly written, in my take, probably not. And I think there's a lot of missed opportunities in the writing. I think there's a lot of weirdness in the writing that I always go back to just knowing from working on a show, and I'll put a little insight into what I think. The new showrunner. And you can tell it's a new showrunner in my eyes. And there's a lot of stuff that is being written that does not logically follow the character arcs of what normally is done in this series. Now, some people are taking it as, that's great because now he has to grow. Dexter has to change. And it could be because season 5 and things have to change at some point. But nothing seems to be following the character arcs. If I was a writer on this show writing what's going on this season, I would probably be let go. That's my take. It doesn't follow the patterns of the writing of what it has the past 4 seasons. So predictions are hard at this point. I don't understand anything that's going on at this point, just in terms of an insider.
Yeah.
As an outsider just enjoying the show, that was an enjoyable episode.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like what Randy was saying with how he can't say this is the usual sociopath
Right,
thing.
Exactly.
He had to just let go and enjoy.
Which is odd because the writing always stayed true to that, and this year it's just not.
Yeah.
Okay, so predictions in the room. Court 1989, Jordan Chase is Arthur's son, which I'm guessing he means the Trinity Killer.
Yes.
Okay. Again, who knows?
Okay.
Is Court from the... I wonder if he's from the 4.
Now this guy even goes farther. John 5 / Jordan killed Rita. RoboCop is related to the nanny.
Yeah, you know what?
Sure, why not?
I have to
absolutely.
say that Jordan killing, Jordan being related to Arthur Miller is big.
I got to be honest. I don't think the nanny has anything to do with anything except to show the brightness and the light from the last episode, Circle of Light. I think that's why she is there, is to show the good and he's the bad, and then they're trying to, and now especially with this whole take it theme, they're trying to show the good side of people who don't take it and the complete polar opposite, which is Dexter.
I completely agree. I've been, all of us have been, the nanny, but what always gets me is that she quit. She quit.
Right.
Like 3 or 4 episodes ago, and she did not want to come back to work for him.
Okay. John 5/ also says Owen might be involved with a cult. I'm guessing he means Jordan Chase. I don't think you're going to see Owen again.
Owen is the ex-fiancé.
Yeah, I think he's gone. I think Owen was simply another way of showing take it, because he even said, I left Minnesota and it was nothing, and I'm going to travel around the world, and I'm not even thinking about it. That was purely we get it. Well, okay, I get what take it means. Yeah, I think it was just a little added extra little thing.
Yeah.
Well,
and also to have Lumen make her decision.
And how do we know that Owen left? Maybe Owen's staying in Miami and he's going to get Lumen back.
So he's going to pull a Lumen?
Hey, you never know. And then Dexter's like, really?
He's in the mirror and he puts on the fake eyelashes and the black hair.
That's right.
Oh, Mintberry Crunch. Mintberry Crunch. A lot of use. I think Jordan Chase is trying to recruit Dexter to be in his group, which will lead Dexter to get closer to the other accomplices.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be
right? He's like an inside guy.
That would be awesome.
There's the hazing, and then they have to, it's like a fraternity.
Old Man Hoodie.
Except they rape people.
Old Man Hoodie, not much of a prediction, but not the kids. Please, God, not the kids.
Oh, God, we agreed on that like the first episode.
I don't think anyone
God,
wants to see the kids back.
No, they are on a minivan going to Disneyland for
Sean
forever.
thinks Deb is going to be home a lot more, so Dexter might figure out Dexter's secret. I'm still waiting for the nanny to, the only thing they could set up for the nanny to, on a cliffhanger is, and she's going to open what's this box inside the air conditioner?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I think they might play with.
But I was thinking about that too, about Deb having more time being home and finding out more stuff. I was thinking about that.
Quinn's going to break Deborah's heart soon, says Court 1989. We've got a wild, crazy, busy chat room tonight.
That's the whole thing. Okay. Let me just interrupt for 2 seconds.
And if anybody wants to Skype, I'm sorry, if anybody wants to Skype right now, Streaming Garage, we can Skype you in, video or audio. Go.
The Quinn thing.
Yeah.
I think Quinn completely loves Deb. Yeah. I think that he is going to kill Liddy. And I think he's going to get rid of the evidence because he's had some bad crap in his past. And I know that it would totally break the rules of being a police officer by getting rid of that. But I think he loves Deb. I really think he loves Deb. And I think he'll do anything to make her okay.
It's kind of an abusive relationship where he's like, I love you so much. Let's move in together. And she's like, shut up. Select.
I love the chat room now is making fun of itself. Dokes and Quinn are half brothers.
Yes! I knew it!
Lumen is actually Dexter's mom.
Oh, of course. How do we miss that one? Wait. So Jordan Chase is really the ice truck killer, right?
Baldman 62, maybe Owen's the guy that enters the house. He tracked her down. He didn't leave.
Maybe he didn't leave. I mean, we have to keep that. I mean, this whole season has been so crazy. We didn't see Owen get on a plane. Maybe he had some sort of breakdown while he was at security too. And he couldn't leave Miami. Who knows?
We got one more, and then let's bring in the King of Trivia. Get your trivia questions ready right now in the chat room. Try to stump the King. PSY Pomp says St. Bridget kills everyone.
Oh, obviously.
Oh, wait, we have a Skype call.
Woo, Skype
Somebody's
call.
calling in. Skype or video or audio?
We have audio Skype from Dead Pixel Live.
Yes.
Dead Pixel Live.
Dead Pixel.
What do you got, Dead Pixel?
Hello.
Hello, Kat. Hello, Mandy.
Hi there.
Cousin
How's it
Larry from
going?
Perfect Strangers.
What? I always think I'm. Look, I know I'm ugly, but every time somebody mentions who I look like, it just gets worse. I've gotten him. I've gotten the guy from the Five Alive. I've gotten Kevin Pollak. It just gets worse and worse. That's all.
Oh, no.
All right, what do you got for us?
I was a couple of things. First of all, it's obvious to me that Harry's gone because Dexter has become Lumen's version of Harry. Like everything that Harry would do for Dexter, he's doing for Lumen now, even down to teaching her why and how to build a kill room.
Definitely. That makes sense.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is kind of strange. You know, here we're thinking, you know, Dexter is helping out Lumen so much, which he is. You know, he's helping her try and get through this in a very different kind of way. But Lumen is also helping Dexter, like you said. Maybe she is his voice now in a weird way.
They're helping each other. They're both shattered in their own ways. Yeah, Harry mysteriously gone, but Dexter doesn't seem really shaken by the fact that Ghost Dad Harry kind of disappeared.
He's moved on. He's changed. Hey, Dead Pixel, do you think Lumen is going to get killed?
Yeah, but not by Dexter. I think it's going to be by probably Liddy. And then that will push Dexter into killing, because they need to give Dexter a good reason to kill Liddy. And just being a cop on his trail isn't a good enough reason for Dexter. It doesn't follow the code. But if Liddy kills Lumen, then that's the exact same reason he killed Lila, because she killed somebody for no real reason. You know, I guess.
That's true. That would be, according to pattern, at least Dexter's.
And Lila knew Dexter's
dark passenger.
I'm really starting to want Lumen to stick around, I have to say.
Well, the show in general has a history of right when they make you really like somebody, they kind of kill them off. Oh, well.
Now here's, you know, maybe Dead Pixel, maybe you have some insight on this. This is a prediction I read on the Wiki forum. This is kind of crazy. Jordan Chase is being used by the police to spy on Dexter.
No, that's crazy.
What?
Incompetent. The fact that LaGuerta still has a job shows how incompetent the police are. So there's no way they went the whole undercover route with Jordan Chase. No, that's not gonna.
No.
Yeah, if they're gonna mess up the Mayan Club little sting, there's no way they could make some epic like secret Jordan Chase undercover cop. Oh, no. I agree with you, Dead Pixel. That is crazy.
I thought it was kind of nice though, but for the first time in more than a few episodes, but Dexter actually seemed like a crazy guy. Like when he was telling Lumen about like ever since I was a kid, I've been killing stuff. Like he had a really crazy psycho look on his face, and Lumen was looking at him. You can tell that she was going through that thing where when a girl meets a guy and he finally tells her like whatever weird things. Oh, I still play video games, or oh, I mess around with my car every weekend. I love that. And she makes that decision like, you know what, this is weird, but I'm gonna stick with it.
That's love.
So she had a look on her face. She's like, you know what? That's kind of out there, but.
I love how you equated that to, I enjoy playing video games still.
There's nothing wrong with video games.
No!
I'm kind of sad that
goodness.
say that fat guys can't have attractive wives, though.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Dead Pixel, for joining us. As always, we love your insight, and we hope you do it again next week.
Absolutely.
And I think we've got more callers. So once Corey hangs up on him, we'll get somebody else in there.
Take care, Dead Pixel.
Yes.
And keep. We got some questions already. So you're trying to stump the king coming up next, and
That's
if you
right.
can stump him with Dexter trivia, then you get a prize.
Ooh.
But it can't be numbers, correct? No number questions.
No numbers and nothing on the UPN.
All right.
That's right.
WB.
I don't know how that would.
What? No, it's only Dexter
All right.
questions. We will be doing another show with Paul at some point soon, and then you can ask all sorts of TV questions, but not
I don't know
yet.
what I'm talking about.
Right now, it's just Dexter questions.
Just
so start
Dexter.
getting those ready in the chat room. And we're going to take one more Skype caller.
All right.
Okay.
Berry Crunch.
Midberry Crunch!
Where are you? Hello.
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 Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm pretty good. Kat and I are very excited about this episode. We like it very much. Did you like it?
Yes, what'd you think?
Definitely. I'd like the last 3 episodes, mainly because Harry hasn't been in it. So At the start of the season, I was really tired of Harry, but now that he's not always stalking Dexter around, it's that opened up story a little bit. Also, there's a face on the killers. It's not just Lumen saying those guys. Those guys. There's actually a face of who we should hate for the season. So,
yeah, good
that's what I really like.
You're new to us. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Portland, Oregon.
Cool.
Ooh, fabulous.
Very cool. Yeah, instead of just the watch guy or we don't know the dentist just yet. I'm curious about the dentist.
Yeah, Dan the dentist.
Ugh.
But I was wanting to talk about LaGuerta and why I think she's going to bite the bullet this season.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, it's just like with the process where we're always like pissed off at one of the main characters in the story, or one of the characters in the story, like the season 1 was the ice truck killer. We were pissed off most of the time with him, but then at the end we had some sympathy for him because they had that brotherly embrace. Season 2, Dokes dying, we were so pissed off at Dokes the most of the season, and toward the end I think we had some kind of sympathy for him. Season 4 was Rita dying. I think most of the time we were pissed off with Rita because of her marriage counseling BS all the time, always distracting like that. We're just like wanting her to just die already. And once she died, we were just kind of strucken by it. And season 5 right now, LaGuerta is pissing us off the most. And I think right now, Liddy, I think he's going to get fired from his job eventually. Like the IA is going to fire him, or they're undercover. They're going to, fire him by looking at the sting operation, and I think he's going to go after LaGuerta for screwing him over, and then that'll lead to Dexter wanting to kill Liddy. So
great point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just usually that's how the writing is, but it is a different season and different writers and different executive producer with Johannesson instead of Clyde Phillips. So, but we'll see.
So wait. So you think LaGuerta's going to die?
Yeah, I think LaGuerta's going to die.
Well, I mean, it's a valid point because there was the scene in the most recent episode where right before RoboCop gets angry and, the coffee, that's what's going to happen to you. He says, so Debra Morgan, we both have something in common. LaGuerta fucked us over. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a grudge. He doesn't seem to do well with grudges. Mm-hmm. That'll be interesting. I'll think about this. Yes.
Yeah. And Quinn and Deb, I don't know, for some reason I'm liking Quinn more and more every episode.
Me too.
I like this. At the start I really hated him, but there's a good guy for Quinn. If there's a good guy for Debra, it's Quinn at the moment. But I have stated in the past that the best lover for Deb would have been the Trinity Killer, because it's a psychopath like the ice truck killer, and he's an old fart like Lundy. So
it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, that's it, I suppose. So take care and love the show.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you calling in.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. All right. Well, thank you so much for your calls, folks. And as promised, it's time to stump the king.
Do-do-do.
There we go.
Oh, excuse me. Well, fine then, Corey.
Well, I did all this part out, so wait till it's fully seated.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is what you get when you watch live. You get to see all the action behind the scenes.
Hey, dudes.
So it's Paul Goebel.
Yay!
Hi, everybody.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
I'm still welcoming, though.
Hail to the king.
It's Paul Goebel.
Oh.
Hi, kids.
We've missed you.
Oh, and I've missed you guys. I've missed being here, and I've missed you. I haven't seen you in seems forever.
Oh yeah.
We have to catch up.
I know.
You were gone the last time I was here, and you're old. We got nothing to talk about, me and you. But that was a great episode, though, I gotta say. I was really down with that episode. A lot of good stuff, and I agree with the Crunchberry guy. He said about that there's a face on the bad guys. That's what was the best thing about that episode. That was pretty awesome. And someone finally died. That was great.
That's right, a kill in the kill room.
And he was such a bad guy too.
Such a dick. How about when Lumen sees him in the lobby and he's like talking to some other young blonde girl and touching her hair? That was fucked. I was so not into that. I was like, he's got to go now. That was. Am I not supposed to say that?
Dewey and Louie.
What?
Effed?
You can say anything you want.
Yeah, I thought so. All right.
When I used to say fuck, they told me it was a kid's show.
Oh, really?
But not anymore.
The kid show. Dexter's a kid show.
You said it's no PG friendly.
Dexter?
Don't say that word.
I don't think I ever said that.
For Dexter. That's
I thought maybe now that we're on an hour earlier.
Yeah, now you really got to watch it.
That's true.
You can't say that kind of stuff because kids are.
All right, we have got Stump the King. Well, explain yourself. Explain what the contest is. And,
explain yourself.
Who are you?
And then I'll get to your.
I've been hearing that my whole life.
And then I'll get to your first question, which is very good. Go.
Okay, Bob Ross. Here's the deal. I know a lot about TV. I don't know everything about TV and TV trivia. I just know more than you. That's all I claim to know. And so if you want to ask me a trivia question that's specifically about Dexter, that's what we do here. You try to stump me with a Dexter trivia question, and I will answer it. And if I can't, you'll win a prize. Right? Is that about it?
I like it.
Let's
all right.
Let's check in with
What do you mean by Bob Ross?
Happy little trees.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
our next show here is Stupid for Trees.
Hey man, I can do my Bob Ross.
It's beautiful.
That's so awesome.
It's so magnificent.
TJD Spurs asks, what's the name of the bowling team from a few seasons ago?
Oh shit! I knew this.
Me too.
It's got a bloody killy name. I want to say not the Killer Elite. It's got the word. Does it have the word lane in it?
Keep going.
The lane, bowling, gutter, lane, alley, lane, blood.
Well, you think? Wait, I will say I did enjoy very much that Cole's head was in the bowling bag.
That was awesome.
That I enjoyed. Oh, sorry, I was trying to give you time.
I have to comment. In a bowling bag.
In a bowling bag.
I got it.
Oh!
Well, you have the answer that you looked up.
Yeah, okay, I'll give up, and I'll let Manny go.
Bowl till you bleed.
Yes! Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I knew it had a bloody name involved. I knew there was something about blood.
That is fabulous.
Bowl till you bleed. Is that what they said?
I'm so proud of you.
All right, so
I'm guessing you're right because I got this crappy little computer.
Yeah,
I am
my
right.
kids have computers like that.
I can't keep
Bowl
So
till you
right.
bleed.
Old man
All right.
Fabulous.
That's a good one.
So now you got to give a prize to that
Okay,
person.
so
All right.
so the way you get the prize is you send me an email, paul@thekingoftv.com, and I'll tell you what kind of prizes we have, and I'll mention your name on my podcast, The Paul Goebel Show, and that I do every week.
Old Man Hoodie asks, in this last episode, Dex and Debra are drinking what sort of beer? What's the product? What's the product placement?
You're gonna laugh. Producer Mike, I actually was looking at Dexter and trying to see what kind of beer it was, and I noticed he had turned it, and I'm like, oh, maybe they don't have a sponsor.
No, of course they do, and
Okay.
now you'll be very disappointed in Dexter, I think, when we get the correct answer, which is?
I'm gonna say it was it's Miami. I'm gonna go with Amstel Light.
It is a light beer. Unfortunately, it's
Is it
Bud Light. Dexter's drinking Bud Light.
That's
Dexter
too
would
bad.
not drink
So
Bud Light.
Chicago.
Yeah, I come home from a long night of killing and stalking and murdering, and you give me a Bud Light? Terrible.
And realize Bud Light pays for that.
That's a Back to the Future.
Okay, Mintberry Crunch asks, what is Deborah's first boyfriend's name in season 2? So is that the musician guy, I'm guessing, right?
I think
Season
so.
2?
Because it wasn't.
No,
Dexter's
that was
brother.
season 3 or 4.
No, her first boyfriend in
Season 2?
season 1 was his brother,
Yep.
Ice Truck Killer. Season 2.
I thought it was a musician. But I don't know.
Well,
his
even if
name,
it was, what's his name?
Was that season 2 with the musician?
I don't think
thought that
so.
was
No,
a
I don't
later
think so. I think that was season.
Yeah, that was season
that was
3.
season 3.
Broke up with him for
Yeah, that was season 3. So who was season 2? I don't even remember who he was.
I thought it was a musician. But I don't know his name.
Unfortunately,
This
I
was the
can't
Dokes
scroll
season,
forward
right?
to see what people are saying, so I
Season
have to
2
stay
is
back here.
Dokes.
Dokes and Lila.
Dokes and Lila, season 2.
Jeez. I have no idea. Pretend to know.
Gabriel.
What?
That's got to be the musician's name.
Yeah, that's the musician guy.
That's not season 2.
That's not season
Mintberry Crunch, we may have to look this up.
Yes, it is.
Is it
Season
really?
3, because season 4 is when she went back with she went out with Lundy.
But didn't they put the musician undercover to investigate?
Are they talking about this in the Are they talking about this in the chat room at all, Corey? Because I can't see
back
it.
with Lundy. It was Lundy, musician.
I don't really understand.
I thought Lundy.
Unfortunately, I've got a
the
crappy
rebound.
computer and I can't scan forward to see what they're saying right now. Moving on. Beta Cloud 1, 2, 3.
We have to. I'm making a note. We're going to look it up.
Yes.
We will look.
Beta Cloud 1, 2, 3. Who was really vandalizing the neighborhood in season 4?
Oh, who is that punk ass kid?
Yeah,
And people,
it was the
please
kid.
give your answer immediately because I can't.
It was that blonde kid who was doing it.
That snarky little shit.
Yeah, Dexter saw him. He was one of the neighbor's kids. One of the neighbors who was on the neighborhood watch. It was him, the little blonde kid.
Yeah. All right, Kat, get ready to look in your camera for this. Get Kat's camera ready.
What's up?
Sean Thing says Kat is channeling Belle from Beauty and the Beast with that yellow shirt.
Oh, you're so sweet.
There you go.
Sparkles.
Awesome.
Wow. Yeah, that's the total coincidence. That wasn't planned at all.
Never.
When you saw that yellow shirt on the mannequin.
Okay, I'd love to ask more questions if I can get through here. Unfortunately, God, I gotta get a better computer.
I thought someone was going to ask me a question about last night's show.
Hold on.
Was it the beer question?
Yeah, that was a beer question.
I am so disappointed in the beer.
Why do you have beer in your Bud Light in your fridge? Bud Light's what you drink when there's nothing else, right?
What kind of beer do you think Dexter?
Yeah, and it wasn't the kid; it was the dad of the kid in the end.
Was it?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know. They're saying it was the dad.
Oh.
It says Beta Cloud 1, 2, 3. It was the dad.
Jeez. Well, we got.
It was the dad of the punk kid. Yeah.
I guess we got to have
a
a researcher on the show.
It was 100% the dad. So you owe. I think it was Beta 1, 2, 3 who asked that. Beta Cloud 1, 2, 3.
Okay, Beta Cloud, same thing. You send me email. We'll hash it out.
Where do we send it?
You get a prize. Paul at thekingoftv.com. My website is thekingoftv.com.
That's a good one. But Sean thinks is going to ask this question, but does not have the answer.
Oh.
But let's see if you guys. This is from last night.
Okay.
What was on the list that Dexter gave Lumen?
It was it was plastic.
Yeah, but it's a specific
It's
name.
the same exact plastic
like
we have here. By the way, we were going to do a video to show you how to make a Dexter kill room, and they did it last night. Because Jim here shows up every week, and we make this Dexter kill room.
Yes,
and we were going to show you how to do it.
It was the plastic.
He does a lovely
Now here's a
job.
question I have. If you own a hardware store and you
Yeah, he keeps
work
showing up.
there, and somebody comes and says, "I'd like to buy some trash bags, some plastic, and a shovel." Doesn't that set off an alarm in your head? Don't the police tell you, "Hey, by the way, if anyone ever comes and buys
we
these
bought
things,
all that to make this room.
Right. Well, did you buy a shovel or an axe? That's the other. That's
No, we just bought a hammer and a giant knife.
I just have to say, I love that you're saying all this with your hair out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you call me Bob Ross, I have to play the part.
You are Madman
Killer
Bob
Bob Ross.
That's right.
Psycho killer.
That's your Halloween next
You know
year.
what?
Killer Bob Ross.
I know
God.
that there was garbage bags, but there's a long name for those plastic sheets.
Polyurethane or
Urethane?
She repeated it so quickly. I was like, damn, girl, you've got a good memory.
And you saw it when it was in her car. It was the name on the sheets too.
Oh, this is good.
When
from last night, Old Man Hoodie, who already won in the beer question, can win again. What was on the onesie Chase gave to Harrison last night? Gave him the onesie. What did it say on it?
It was the ugly onesie, right?
Well, it didn't say that.
No, but that's what Deb called it.
Yeah.
Ugly onesie. Didn't it? I want to say it just said take it. But
No, that would have been good.
More than that.
Born Primal.
Born Primal. I remember that because
Man,
it
I
was
was
funny.
sleeping through that episode apparently. Born Primal.
Born Primal.
I don't think, I got a lot of predictions, but if you guys care, here's my prediction.
I do want to hear them.
All right. The dude, the next door neighbor is the guy who comes in the house, and Lumen kills him kind of accidentally. And Dexter shows up and goes, this isn't good. You killed this guy. You got to be a little more careful, okay? Then...
Yes.
Exactly how he put it.
Yep.
Then they go ahead and kill another guy, whether it's Jordan Chase or whether it's the other guy in the photo they haven't identified. And Lumen is like, let me do it. And he goes, okay. And she does it. And then he realizes, boy, she's liking this a little too much. Then she goes ahead and kills someone she's not supposed to kill, whether it's Liddy or somebody, and then Dexter realizes, I've created a monster, and what do you do when you create a monster?
You kill him!
You kill it.
Them.
And he has to kill Lumen in order to keep Deb and Quinn and everybody else safe, because now she's gone too far. That's my prediction of how
I
season
like it.
Because the one thing everybody forgets when they love Dexter so much is that this is the show that kicks you in the balls at the end of the season.
Yeah.
When you're going on the fun ride and he's killing people and ha, this is hilarious, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, Rita's dead. This isn't funny anymore. This is not cool.
Oh,
that really fucked me up.
I'll disagree. I kind of like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But Dead Pixel Alive brings up a good point. That's the exact same plot to the Jimmy Smith season.
Touche.
They created a monster.
Touche.
Yeah, exactly. Created the monster and had to take him out.
I gotta believe, again, I'm gonna go on the inside, the new showrunner will not come in and repeat something somebody else did. When a new showrunner comes into a show, he's there to leave his mark, to establish something that hasn't been done before. Just speaking from a writer's viewpoint of, I know when I've had new showrunners come in or new executive producers come in, they change things around because they have to leave their mark.
They want to be. Well, the difference will be, whereas Miguel and Dexter became adversaries, it's almost going to be like Lumen is the bride of Frankenstein, and he has to kill her, and she knows it. It's going to be almost like she realizes I've gone too far. It'll be like that. Maybe she even says, I want to die, and he throws her in the fire or something like that.
Throws her in a fire. Have you watched the show? Because I don't think that's going to happen.
Maybe.
Well, that's leaving his mark as a new showrunner, I guess.
There you go. Throws her in a fire.
Throws her in a fire.
That's what I say. Let's try to get a trivia question I can answer.
I don't think you're going to get any more. All right, we'll try one more. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you guys, make sure to go to facebook.com/stupidfordexter. We have chats on there, and you can answer questions, and we can all talk about things. That seems to be the best place to go. I'm starting to realize Facebook seems to be everybody's kind of on Facebook. So facebook.com/stupidfordexter. Please like us. And then on YouTube, youtube.com/streaminggarage. We really need people to subscribe. So please subscribe to Streaming Garage on YouTube, and that helps us and our numbers as well, because this is a free service. And we'd like to keep it free, but we need subscribers and viewers and all that, so we can then bring it to sponsors who can sponsor all these great shows.
Yes. Bud Light.
Do we have any? It's looking at you, Bud Light. I don't think. Oh, what color is Dexter's hair? What?
He's trying to just give me
I would say.
Oh, and guess who asked that? Corey.
Oh, thanks. I don't need your help, Levin.
All right, I guess let's wrap it up till next week.
He is wearing a wig this season.
That's right.
That's true.
Him and Quinn both. I think Quinn's wearing a wig. That's just
well, should we say anything about next week?
Yes, we do have some.
We're gonna have a special guest on.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna start bringing some guests in, like fans of Dexter. So the first one I think we're gonna bring in next week is Callie Lewis, and if you guys know the internet, she's a big, huge tech blogger, probably one of the biggest ones on Revision 3. So she is a huge Dexter fan, and she wants to come and join. So she's gonna be Skyping in, so that'll be fun. And I do have a friend also who is on this season who still can't be on the show because her episode is not aired yet.
Me too.
So we have a couple of we'll have a couple people who are on the show coming in here, but they can't be on until their episode's on, and they don't even know when their episodes are on. And we'll talk about that as well. I'm like, when's your episode on? She's like, I don't know. Yeah. And then she started telling me spoilers. I'm like, shut up, don't tell me. I don't want to know what you did on the show. But it was a cool role, and so we'll be bringing people in as well.
Oh, it's so
awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again for Stupid for Dexter, and as always, we'll see you next Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
That's right.
And you could also, if you want to see any of our past episodes, you can go to blip.tv, YouTube, iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes, we are available on audio as well. I just put that up.
Okay.
So if you're still stuck in 2009 and don't want to see our beautiful hosts like Paul, feel free to just do audio iTunes, lame. But go ahead. We're okay with that. You can listen to it in the car.
All of our links are on Facebook. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Next week, same time.
Welcome to Stupid for Dexter.
Woo!
Yes. Episode 8.
That's right.
But first, I'm your host, Mandy Schneider.
And I'm Kat Steele.
And over there we have producer Mike.
Hi.
And Elaine.
And Elaine running the TriCaster.
That's right.
Running the TriCaster. There we go. And we have a couple guests on the table, actually.
We do.
We have Dexter Morgan.
We have Angel Batista over here. And,
St. Bridget, kind of. Not really, but kind of St. Bridget.
She's looking over us.
And I think someone else is joining us tonight, right, producer?
Well, now I lost it. I had these little twigs for Deb, but now all I got is this little screwdriver. She's like that part of it.
Let's see your screwdriver. I don't.
And Quinn and.
Are we showing it?
Nope.
Mike's camera.
Wait, hold on. Uh-oh, hey, there we go.
It's Deb Morgan, because she's so skinny.
See, because it was a twig, and now I can't find what to do with the twig. That's going to hurt somebody. Okay, let's do the show.
Anywho.
Oh, there's the twig.
I think that Dexter handled it well when he got on stage with Jordan Chase.
I did. I think he played along really well. If he was faking emotion, which I'm going to guess he was, I think he played the very quietly grieving husband very well, very convincingly, his hesitation and everything. We knew why he was really hesitating. He really wanted to get off stage and go kill Cole. But I think it came across as very convincing. I don't know. What did you think?
No, I do too. And, you know, it made me, not that I want to dive into all this analyzing, you know, I kind of want to wait for Randy for this, but it kind of made me think, oh, you know, he has Harry set in him now. He doesn't need to hear that actual Harry talking anymore, which makes me nervous because I like Harry, but at the same time, this episode has shown that Dexter has moved on. He is different now, you know, and I think when he went into that room, I agree. I think he handled it well, but the reason why I thought it was such a killer moment is because now we know what we're dealing with. This Jordan Chase is awesome, and he is ruthless. He's smart. He's conniving. He's done his homework, and I think he's someone to be reckoned with. And I'm really excited about that.
He has incredibly high charisma. Plus, he has a team behind him. I mean, that is so threatening. That is unlike any other villain because, you know, we had Trinity who was completely threatening and dangerous, but the charisma wasn't as high. The villainy didn't have this team of professionals working behind him. I mean, Jordan has a security team at all times. Yeah, he has minions. He has henchmen. Choice too. I mean, to have Lumen in the room and really reveal himself, that's a huge gamble. And that's take it. Debra, she took it. She went in there and she told Maria what was up. And Angel is taking a stand too. I think that was something that I overlooked. I just thought about that. I mean, he's going up against his own wife.
Yeah.
I think you could look at every single character, even like our villains. Like Jordan Chase was like, I'm gonna mess with Dexter.
Oh yeah, that's in. I had that as one of my. I'm not going to name it just yet because it's our next segment.
Killer moments. Ooh, fabulous.
You brought it up, so right away.
Jump into it, Miss Mandy.
I loved that scene. It's more than a moment for me, I guess. It's definitely a scene where Jordan Chase brings in Dexter into the room with Cole, and they're all looking at each other because they know what's up. Jordan Chase brought him in to threaten him. Oh, listen, totally. I know what you're dealing with, the death of your wife. He brings up Harrison's name. I mean, he knows, he has done his homework. This guy is good.
He is so good, but Dexter is better. And it's so funny because I think that a less substantial opponent than Dexter would have been thrown off by this. But I think Dexter, he caught exactly what was going on and was like, okay, I see what you're doing. But I mean, there was no other point to that than letting Dexter know that they are going to mess with him. I love that scene too. It was
now,
so good.
Just curious, do you think Deb over?
I know, but this is just, ooh, this is just fuel for Deb. I I see Deb really starting to take control of herself. I mean, she fought back. She's always been feisty, but she was right on the ball. And I mean, Maria, as Deb said, jumped in the bus and backed over her a few times.
Yeah.
And it was pretty blatant. I don't know what's going on with Maria in this season. She doesn't seem as cautious or as concerned about her reputation because, I mean, she is losing the respect of the people behind her.
She seems completely confused.
Yes.
She does.
Yes.
And thank goodness Batista's backing Deb.
Oh, I know.
You could always count on good old Batista.
No, he's wonderful. He's got a good moral compass, and I just don't see this relationship lasting.
Yeah, no, me either. Me either. And then, of course, we have Liddy, Stan Liddy, who's watching over RoboCop, who's watching over Dexter and Lumen the whole time.
Breaking coffee mugs.
Yeah.
You know,
how about, well, I'm going to do this. See? And the glass is going to break. See?
I'm going to do this to your broad. See?
Yeah. I'm going to tell the skinny broad about you. I kind of like her.
I love how he bitches about having to get his car rammed and how horrible it is and how he needs all this money. And then he's got this camera that must be like $11 billion.
Well, we'll get into that. Let's start from the top. I mean, so the whole thematic of the show, right, is take it, and you start off with showing the primal animals killing the other animals.
That's right.
Talks about the
total Nat Geo style.
And everybody, I think every single person in the episode had a take it moment, right? From
about that.
So
you could go down the list. I mean, Lumen, she has a decision between Owen, her past, and going on this whirlwind adventure, or staying with Dexter, kind of unsure of her future, and she makes a bold choice. Dexter had to make a
wait, go back.
Very nice.
And then Quinn, and then I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, episode 8. Take it.
Take it. Take it now.
What'd you think?
I loved it. I feel like a lot happened in this episode. I feel like we've been gaining some momentum and some shit finally went down, as they say. I loved it. The theme of this episode was the primal self. Jordan Chase talks about it. I think that Lumen, Deb, Dexter, all the main characters really dealt with the primal self in this episode, and I really, really enjoyed that. So what did you think?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I loved it. I loved the going back and forth to all the different stories that were happening. Of course, we have the main story. Dexter watches Jordan Chase in preparation for killing Cole with Lumen, which is huge.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to that, too. And then, of course, they kill Cole in the end. Now there's a flub, but then they finally kill him in the end, which was nice to see. It wasn't the same old kill room, but the kill room was prepped, and it was in the hotel room, and that's fine by me. I wanted to see someone die, and I got it.
Exactly. Oh, and it was so nice. It was, and it was the first kill of the season in the intended kill room, even though it wasn't, the usual. I mean, that kill room was for Cole. And that was where he was executed.
That's true.
It was done. So.
And then, of course, we have the side plots. We have Lumen meeting with her ex-fiancé, Owen.
Right. Owen.
And not going with him. Deciding that that's not right for her. And then we have LaGuardia and police officer Manson completely screwing